Are we on the internet? Hi, guys. Well, can they see us though? I think I see pictures cycling.
Uh, let's go.
Cool.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hey. Hey, we're doing it live. What's up, guys? Welcome to our inaugural stream for the big reveal of HYTE's Y60. My name is Sylvia Keller. I am the digital marketing specialist over at HYTE, and with me today is Brad Sokin.
Hi. Yeah, I'm the case PM at HYTE and helped to develop this case you see here.
He's one of the designers. So welcome if you're just joining us. We are so excited to show off not only the Y60 that you see in front of us, but also we're going to have a very special guest on today, LiquidHaus, who has completed the very first custom loop in a Y60. Well, technically not the first. The first was a little more unorthodox, but this is the first liquid-cooled custom PC in a Y60. We'll get into that in a second. So if you don't know who HYTE is, if this is your first time tuning into a stream, I wanted to take a second to kind of introduce who we are and why we're here. So HYTE is a sister brand to iBuyPower, which is a systems integrator. They sell pre-built systems, but HYTE isn't about pre-builts. We are all about DIY. We sell cases and components, and our motto is experience play. So when you sit down and plan a PC build, oftentimes what you get caught up in thinking about are the technical aspects of it, the compatibility issues, the cooling issues, all of that stuff. But really, when it comes down to it, building a PC can and should be a really fun experience for people. And I think that's part of the philosophy that goes into all of the products that we are producing and making. So we actually launched in September of last year with our inaugural product, the Revolt 3. Brad, would you like to talk a little bit about the Revolt 3 for us?
Yeah, so Revolt was HYTE's first product. It is our small form factor portable ITX case. And we wanted to create something that was very versatile and highly compatible. Again, portable, we put this handle here built into the top of the case. It has great support for large graphics cards. You can fit up to a 280 millimeter liquid cooler in here, and you get air cooling options as well if you want to go that way. Just sort of like an all-around great ITX case for those who want something with a little bit smaller footprint or is portable.
And if you're looking for a little more guidance on what building in this case looks like, you can look on our YouTube channel for HYTE brand, and you'll see Brad and I walk me through building my very first ITX case in Revolt 3 just like this. It's a great video. Brad was very patient with me while I followed the directions carefully. And it's a good guide for people who are new to ITX. Frankly speaking, based on just my own experience as well as the experience of other reviewers, I think this is one of the easiest to build in ITX cases out there. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a marketer. I'm saying it because I built a PC in here. So that, for me, was really, really fun to film. And it's a great video. You guys should check that out. But we're not here to talk about just the Revolt 3 today. Of course, we're here to talk about the Y60. Before we get into the more technical aspects of that, though, we've got a video that we'd love to show you guys that really walks you through some of the more tech specs of that. John, could you go ahead and roll that video for us? I love the audio in that video. It's so good. It's so good. So that is the latest video that we released for the Y60. Why don't you talk a little bit about just like the concept that went into designing this case, because it's kind of a fun story.
Yeah, so kind of our first mission when we set out speccing out and designing the Y60. A lot of us had experiences recently over the last couple of years of building a new PC. And because of the supply shortage, a lot of us ended up spending quite a lot of money, just to source parts. And we kind of ended up with this kind of like a feeling of like almost regret or buyer's remorse when you spend all this money on the PC and you put it in and it looks kind of the same as your old PC. Because in terms of form factors,
Yeah.
a lot of mid towers look pretty much the same. Maybe they have different design flares and they're different colors, but they're
Yeah.
generally power supply shroud on the bottom, and there's a tempered glass window.
And it's a GPU and a motherboard and a CPU and an AIO, and yeah, it can
Mhm.
kind of feel homogeneous. It can kind of feel the same even when you spent thousands of
Yeah,
dollars upgrading
really.
it.
And so we said, I don't, it just kind of soured the experience. And so
Mm.
we want to build a case that once you're done with your new build, it really looks new, right? It's new and it's exciting. Right, HYTE is all about experiences, and while the act of building is part of the experience, with building your own PC, once it is built, like 99% of the rest of the time, that experience is it sitting there on your desk and you walking into your room every day, and seeing it. And we wanted something that every time you walk into your room, every time you turn on your PC, that you're like super excited and proud because it looks so new and so like fresh and different.
It's a feature of the room, not just a functional
Hmm.
tool.
Hmm.
And something that I really love in just the DIY space and the modding space in general is how PCs don't just have to be, price for performance. They can also be like real works of art. And we're going to show you one of our favorite modders, which we'll introduce a little later, LiquidHaus, who has really taken the Y60 to a level of art. I cannot wait to show you this mod, guys. It's going to be awesome. But before we get into that, I wanted to let you guys know that if you're looking to get a Y60 and you're hoping for your chance of potentially getting one for free, you are in luck. We will be giving away 2 Y60s today. And these are not limited to inside the United States. These will be global giveaways, although just so you know, if you are outside of the country and you do happen to win, there will still be customs to pay. So stick around. We'll be giving away a black Y60 first and a white Y60 towards the end of the stream today. As well as we'll be playing a couple of games a little later on, and you might be able to snag yourself an HG10 even before they drop. So there's plenty of prizes to come. If you don't win today and you feel like you've missed out on a free Y60, fear not. We also have weekly Y60 giveaways through our HYTE Up Setup program. So if you are in need of a new case and you would like to show us your current setup, we'd love to see what your current PC looks like. And if you use the hashtag HYTEUpSetup and go to our Twitter channel or our Instagram channel, send us a picture of your build, and we might even feature it on stream, but you don't have to be featured to qualify. We pick a winner every single week. And to that point, our last week's winner was Spooky Chipotle. Congratulations, Spooky Chipotle. John, could you show us the images that Spooky Chipotle sent us? Oh, man. Ooh. I love the RGB. That's a great setup, but honestly, that desk does need a Y60 on it. So I am so excited for you. Thank you so much for your submission. We can't wait to see what that Y60 looks like in that existing space. So once again, guys, if you are looking to win a Y60, feel free to tag us in a photo of your current setup using the hashtag HYTEUpSetup, and you'll be entered for a chance to win week over week. All right. So without further ado, we wanted to get into some of the story of Y60 and what has happened since we announced this at CES. One of the things we did not necessarily anticipate were the sheer amount of references to aquariums when this case came out. With the 3 glass panels and the 45-degree cut, I kind of can see why that happened, but I don't think any of us were anticipating it. However, here at HYTE, we're kind of about thinking outside the box a little bit and getting a little weird, shall we say. So we decided to lean all the way into the meme And luckily, Robitech was kind enough to help us out. And Brad, you were there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you enjoyed that. You were part of the design team for that too, right?
Yeah, I mostly watched as they did all the fabrication on the tank, but yeah, that was a pretty awesome mod that we did.
So for our very first mod, and part of the reason why I said this wouldn't be necessarily the first custom loop period in a Y60 from LiquidHaus today, is because we did build an actual fish tank inside a Y60. John, you can go ahead and roll the clip from Robitech. Oh, no audio, John.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was
There we are.
the first product launched by HYTE, and a really good ITX case from what we've seen. Well, we're proud of it. We're really proud that it did perform as we expected.
Yeah. So
I'm hearing something completely different,
between
John.
Robitech and HYTE, like, so we've been joking around and having a good time together for a while. Like, like when we first got this, you guys, we as two kind of entities got to play around. So when we first did ours,
It's
like, you were
looking like it's
it was
desynced.
pretty funny. You guys wrote, it's like, yeah, something's up, Roby. Like your thermals and stuff. And I was like, you know, guys, like we did.
Chat is saying it's not synced.
Could you just like do another build? Like, can you just like, can we get like a do-over and see what's going on? So it was pretty cool. So many of you showed up in the stream. It was just last week, actually, right? And so we built this. I do want to let you guys know that we did get the final thermal numbers from this, and like under load, it was like what, 77?
Yeah, it's like super
5950.
desynced.
You're like looking at me like, what do you mean, Roby? I don't know what it was. No, we have a 5950. So this is not an empty build, by the way. This actually has a full build inside of it. It's got an RTX 3080, and it's got a 5950X cooled by a Fantex Glacier.
Okay.
And when we got all said and done on this build,
You can go.
after we
You can come back to us for a little bit.
Every
The
time.
audio is
which
still
like
playing
on
though.
the trademark, so you can't take it. Yeah, we ended up with 77 under load, and now we are very excited. In fact,
You good? We're good?
Are we good? Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, we had a few technical difficulties. We're gonna pull up the video again and restart. So there's the re-roll, as they say. And yes.
Too soon.
I honestly no.
Okay.
Honestly no. No. I'm good. Yeah, are we good?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. Here we go, guys.
there has been a lot of hype around the HYTE
pretty loud.
Y60. So I was already really excited when I was told that they were going to do a special build in this fish tank looking case. Now little did I know that we would embrace the meme, and together HYTE and Robitech built a fish tank inside of the HYTE Y60. Guys, this was an absolutely awesome experience, and I'm super excited to share it with you right now.
What's your name and what do you do at HYTE?
My name is Eric, and I'm on the product team at HYTE.
My name is Brad, and I'm the lead product manager at HYTE.
I'm Jeffy, the professional meme maker of HYTE.
Why a fish tank? Yeah, why a fish tank?
First of all, let's talk about how inspiration comes to me.
I've always been interested in just crafting random stuff.
People were, okay, so when the product first came out, people were like, oh, it's a fish tank. I'm like, yeah, it's a fish.
So they're gonna grab that. Okay.
So we have this one here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh,
So
so
you
it's
get
it's a Y60. Okay. Do you have specific parts? Okay, guys, we have specific parts that we're gonna be putting inside of this build. Chat, do you know? Has anybody ever heard of a Pulico water pump? Pulico, RGB lighting, Stingray 2. Are we using like? What the heck is this?
Here's a heater.
Yeah.
Wait,
This system's
wait,
gonna
I don't
run
understand.
really
We're gonna
cool.
We're gonna heat the
Yeah, you have
PC.
to keep the water.
Guys,
at a
wait, this is this is all stuff for an aquarium.
Yeah.
Wait, we're building an aquarium?
Yeah, we said we would have a
That's what we said. Yeah, a special.
special build.
This will literally drain.
Yeah,
Like, you can't hold fish in this.
Yet.
Hey, yo.
Get this over here.
Wait. Oh, so does this fit inside of that? Wow, we're like literally building the meme.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, does this really fit inside of this?
It does.
Yeah,
We'll show you right now.
No, guys, we're gonna build a fish tank. Wait, okay, do I get to keep this?
Yeah, you can keep it. Yeah.
Okay,
you can
okay.
keep it and go do the calculations.
Wow, look at that, like a glove. You guys did such a good job. For those of you who don't know, this is our technical director. This is the guy who does all of our thermals, all that other stuff.
This is a closed ecosystem. Unlike the ocean or the river where like salmon go through,
Yeah.
that's constantly being filtered by the earth. So this, because it's a closed loop, we need to do like periodically water changes and make the ecosystem safe for the fish.
Do like
We'll just do like little, like sprinkle colors. Ooh, I like that though.
Wow.
That actually looks pretty rad. Like a moon landscape going on in here, guys.
we had to make these brackets to hold the light up onto the bar that was already comes with the Y60 for the radiator.
There we go.
Oh, that was a heck of a peel. Oh, that was nice. That looks so good. It does. It looks so good. What did you guys think about people's reactions, though? That was actually pretty cool. Like,
I think a lot of people found it really refreshing. That's a break from the normal, like, I'm gonna build this.
All right, guys, that was our Y60 fish tank build, which honestly, I've never seen any project quite like that. And what a fun opportunity to just explore modding in a completely new way. How was that for you guys?
I'm just really glad that it came out as good as it did. When they first brought it up, like I said, it was like a meme. People kept photoshopping fish into it.
Yeah.
The marketing guys were like, "Can we do this?" And I was like, "Oh no, please." But then the more we talked about it, we were like, oh, I guess if we took acrylic and we built a tank that fit inside the case and like did all the measurements and design and stuff.
That's kind of the funny part between my department and your department, because we were like, oh wait, is this possible? Can we do that? And you're like, oh god, now I gotta measure out the entire case to support fish life and figure out how that works. One thing that I really loved is how much you guys really leaned into it, though. Like the Flounders Edition 3080 that went in there, the 3D printed Kraken. You guys really went all out, and Roby was such a good sport about it too. He got punked a little, but he was really cool with it, which was great. Yeah, we did. Somebody has Flounders Edition. Yes, that is what we lovingly called the 3080 GPU that we put in the fish tank as an accessory. It is safe for fish. We wanted to make sure they had all of the frames and ray tracing that they deserved in their new home. And you can keep up with Roby. I believe he's buying a stand for it, and then there will actually be fish in that fish tank coming soon. So, but at HYTE, fish tanks aren't all we're good at. So we want to transition to a more interesting mod. In order to do that, though, I want to make sure you guys know, if you want a Y60 for yourself, where do you get it? Well, you can go to HYTE.com and purchase the Y60 from there. If you are more interested in a pre-built system, our friends at iBuyPower also have pre-built systems ready and available to go in Y60 cases. So if you're not interested in building your own PC, that's okay. We won't judge you too much, but you have options there as well. With that, we're going to go ahead and get LiquidHaus on deck. And in the meantime, It is time for our first Y60 giveaway. This is for a black Y60, we are going to show a few teasers for this mod that I cannot wait to show you guys. I've been working with John and Ellie for a little while on getting this project managed, and it's incredible. So for the giveaway, exclamation point, HYTE Y60 in chat. And you've got, let's say 2 minutes, okay, John? And we'll show you those photos. Okay, stay active in chat, guys. Exclamation point, HYTE Y60. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, let's roll for our first winner of a HYTE Y60. Here we go. Lo-Fi Express! You have won a black Y60!
Ask them the 10.
Lo-Fi Express, if you're here, you gotta answer us in chat. Make sure. Congrats, congrats.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, there he is.
All right.
Awesome. All right. I think we've had enough of the images. I think it's time to get back to the action. So let's go ahead and see if we can bring in John, also known as LiquidHaus. John, can you hear me? Oh, we cannot hear you.
I can't hear him.
He's muted.
Oh.
Unmute him then. Oh, you have to unmute yourself. We'll get there.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, yes, we can.
Can you guys hear me?
You're a little loud, actually.
Oh no, we got feedback.
Oh, and we got feedback, John. Little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we are. Oh, I
Yeah, we're
actually
still getting a
have
little feedback.
Mhm.
Is he on speaker?
We'll get this sorted out, guys. Just give us a second. We're almost there? Okay.
Let's do another sound test.
Oh, maybe mute your browser.
Okay, let's
John.
try that.
Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. It was on our side. John, can you hear me?
Yeah, very good.
But
Oh,
we can't hear
I
him.
can't
though.
hear him now.
He's muted.
Oh, okay.
John, you're muted to Discord again. Could you unmute yourself again? We'll try to get this.
We'll get this figured out eventually.
This is fun, right?
This is very fun.
This is fun, right?
We're still getting feedback, unfortunately. Guys, I promise we did a sound check before this and everything was fine.
It always, yeah. This is the way it always goes.
This is welcome to life and adjacent to technology.
One more time. Unmute on Discord.
One more time, unmute, John. Oh, we're still getting.
Okay, we good?
Yes, we're
Yes,
good.
okay,
We're good.
cool.
We're good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hey.
Here we are. We did it. One way or another. Guys, I would love to introduce you to John.
What's up, you guys?
But he's not the only face of LiquidHaus. We also have Ellie, who could not be with us today. Unfortunately, she has come down with something and couldn't make it to stream, but I wanted to make sure to shout her out.
Yes, thank you. Much appreciated. She is in here in spirit. She's actually upstairs sleeping, so she's not feeling very well, but wish she could be here. But she's helped me through this mod particularly very much. So yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, and guys, on John's screen, you can see our very first modded Y60 first custom loop ever done in this case. And my God, John, you have outdone yourself on this. I mean, I know that
Thank you.
This started as a conversation in a conference room as an aside one day, as an idea. And I can't believe how far this has come. Rather than talking about it right away, I wanted to talk about your prior work first. So this Revolt 3 you're seeing in front of me is actually the first mod that LiquidHaus has done for us. And you can see it came with a few other additions as well. I believe the direction I gave you at this time, or we gave you at this time, was think outside the box, and you definitely did. I believe, John, we have a video of that mod, and we'll let that play. But John, could you talk a little bit about that while we play this video?
About the Revolt 3 mod?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that was a really fun mod, and I really appreciate you guys because you also allowed us to showcase one of our own products, which is the Universal EXC radiator stand, which you're seeing on camera right now. And as soon as you said think outside the box, we had, it's the stars kind of aligned in terms of like, what do you know? We actually specialize in the external cooling segment, so we were able to showcase that a little bit and do something really cool for this build that personally I feel like a lot of small form factor users have trouble with. Components get really hot, especially when they want to pack like a 3090 and 5950X and like a 12-liter chassis. Like, who does that? So they have to handle the cooling. And at first I can understand the initial idea of, oh, you know what, I'm going to put all the radiators in the case, it's compact, it's all good. And then they start really realizing that temps are an issue and it's something that needs to be handled. And our personal take at that is to take the cooling outside of the chassis. If you can pick up your little case, you can pick up a radiator the same way. And so you can throw whatever kind of hardware you want into something like the Revolt 3 and pack it with the most insane hardware and not have to worry about cooling. And so that's kind of what we wanted to do with this this build, and really showcase the fact that, like, even with a Revolt 3 being a small form factor, you can still do something crazy that you can still take to a LAN party. Like, you guys have been trucking the Revolt 3 around everywhere, and I'm sure it's been easy to carry. I'm sure it's been easy to travel with. So it's like the perfect LAN setup with or without the external radiator. So it was a really fun project.
John, is that a Frederick
No, it's a Heat Killer 4 Pro. For the one on the Revolt 3, that's just Heat Killers. Actually, I believe they're going to be making a Heat Killer 5 within the next year, I believe. But the 4 Pro is perfect for 12900K, 12900KF, 5950X. I've had them on both. So it's a solid block.
Awesome. I love the video of this assembly. John, I think I can hear you coming through your mic.
Okay,
I can
so
hear
let's
myself
see.
coming through your mic. I think that's the issue.
Change with the microphone here. Get it further away. With Discord's own software to noise suppress. It's either that or headphones. So I'll try and turn you down a little bit as well and see if that'll help. But also let me know if
my other John is telling you to unmute on Discord. and mute the stream.
Is that better?
Yes, much.
Oh, okay, then great. Let's just do that
Perfect.
then.
Okay, awesome. Chad, is that better for you guys? Sound quality better? Perfect.
Are we good?
Awesome.
Yeah.
mic
Yeah,
check?
I think
Mic check
we
1,
fixed
2?
all our technical issues. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay.
Okay, most excellent.
Most excellent. We got there. For this particular mod, which has come with us to like several events and things like that, I have been blown away by the amount of response that this has gotten. People have asked to purchase this on the spot everywhere we've gone. And the external radiator draws a lot of eyes, but you took external radiators or reservoirs to a completely new place in this Y60 build. Actually, you put together a short video for us too of the process of that build as well. John, could we roll that clip really quick and let everybody see that, and then we'll get chatting about it. I don't know what else to say after that. Like, yeah, really, it speaks for itself. But if you would like to see more than just the video, if you would like to know every aspect of like what went into this mod, the reason why LiquidHaus and I collaborated is because I wanted to get more insider information on what it takes to make a build like this. If you head over to HYTE.com right now and look at our blog, you will see a 4-part series that LiquidHaus wrote, and some more beautiful photography of this mod. And he goes in through step by step everything he did to make this a reality. So John, I wanted to congratulate you on this, first of all. Like, thank you so much for putting like so much heart and soul into this. If you guys in chat have any technical questions you'd like to ask, start typing them up and we can field some of these as we chat. But John, could you talk us through a little bit about what this process was like for you, getting the Y60 and building this out?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, I want to thank all of you guys at HYTE for giving me and Ellie the opportunity to make some really cool builds for you guys. This is the second one that we've done together, and hopefully there'll be more in the future. But these have been really fun. Both the Revolt 3 and the Y60 have been a ton of fun. You guys are an awesome brand. You guys think differently, and I love that. That's something that we like to try to do as much as possible here at LiquidHaus, is think differently. And with the Y60 build, you gave us another opportunity to think differently. You personally, Sylvia, challenged us to do something a little bit with thinking outside the box, and that was running the tubings outside of the chassis. And how a better way to do that than to accentuate the highlight aesthetic, I think, for the Y60, and that's the cutout 45. And I hope you guys don't mind me taking that 45 and like pushing it back out a little bit, but with like a massive 80 mil reservoir. But I think it was a really cool way to show off the fact that like this case does have pretty much a full panoramic view with that 45 cutout being tempered glass normally. Obviously, these aren't the tempered glass panels. You can't really modify tempered glass. It's acrylic, but it's mirrored to look just like the tempered glass. But it was a really fun process. It was tricky though, because when we pulled the chassis out of the box, it's like, honestly, it's like you guys thought of everything. Like, that was the main issue, was figuring out exactly what we could do to make this pop, make this stand out, because honestly, you guys covered every base. We've built in tons of chassis over the years and have done a lot of mods that are done out of necessity, but also done just because we want to, to be different, to make it different, to make it look cool. Sometimes function over form, sometimes form over function. And when we had the chance to actually really take a look at this chassis, it's like, wow, you guys actually covered the bases.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is, um, you guys might have noticed this in the product videos that HYTE was putting on before, but there's a cutout for the top radiator that that is past the 45, but you can't see it because the top panel covers it up. So it's really cool because you can mount the 360 and the end tanks are basically where the 45 sits, but you can't really tell because they designed it really well. And there's like really cool little features in the design language of this chassis, and it just goes to show that you guys really cared. And you know, all the props to you guys. You guys did a really good job.
That's a lot of flattery for Brad.
Yeah. Well, it's not just me. There's a whole team of folks that sort of work behind me and made this whole thing come together.
Yeah, I honestly, John, I love what you did with the reservoir on that 45. I think that's great. But I also really loved your calling card on the front panel. Could you show that off for us on that lazy Susan?
Yeah, let's see if the camera will get it.
If you can't see it on stream, guys, you can look. There's a really good photo of it in one of the first or second blogs on HYTE.com, where you can see he did a cutout of his LH for LiquidHaus on one of the acrylic panels that he replaced from the glass. Really, really incredible stuff. And frankly speaking, one of the most interesting modded cases I've ever seen. When I got started in the tech industry, I got started at Newegg, and in their studio, they had a ton of modded PCs, and I was really struck by how some mods were done, like you were saying, John, for function primarily, for situations like overclocking or, in order to keep a system running cool and efficient. But then there are PC mods that just go into kind of this more sculpture and like artistic style. And one of the things I really loved about this case when I first saw the design from you guys was the optical illusions that it kind of created. The lateral vents across the top, the glass panels, it all kind of creates this like shifting sort of mirage-like imagery. And I think honestly, with the reservoir sitting between in that 45-degree angle, you really took advantage of that, John. So really incredible. You saw this mod last night for the first time.
Yeah.
What was your first impression?
Oh man, it was so cool. Like, well, because as you mentioned, this is the first custom loop that anyone has built in this case. I mean, there's ones that you'll see on the website, but that's actually just like a render. That was something someone had did in CAD or had done in CAD. So this is the actual first, as far as we can say. Oh, shoot, I lost my earbud. Unless one of the reviewers went and did one in that small amount of time, I don't think they would have been able to pull that off.
Yes, we went from fish tank to
yeah,
this.
and the bar is super high. I hope that it inspires a lot of folks out there who want to do their own custom loops to, again, kind of think outside the box and do some creative things. But I think the bar is super high right now. This will probably be the best one for quite some time.
Yeah, I think so too, honestly. One of the things I really love, and you go into a little bit more of this in the blogs, John, is the water cooling parts that you used. You used parts from a ton of different brands, and that's not an easy task. Can you talk a little bit about that process?
Yeah, sure. So we personally like to use as many different brands as possible. This industry is so massive, and I think sometimes it gets lost on people. And I think people sometimes forget about other smaller brands when you continually see the same big brands being used in builds over and over and over again. But the space is so big. This industry and this hobby are so massive, and there's so many different brands, and there's so many different talent out there with those brands. And I personally feel like all those brands deserve the recognition and the attention that they deserve. And so any chance I get, if I can mix and match brands as much as possible to create a unique aesthetic that you don't all the time see, you know, and that's something that we like to do as much as possible. And it honestly reflects really well. And I think it does a really good job because I will say that time and time again, you know, obviously not to blow up our own ego, but there are a ton of people that hit us up all the time and say, hey, you know, sorry, shamelessly kind of copied your build. It was just so cool. I had to do it. I've never seen something like it before. Um, and I personally believe that a lot of that is based on the fact that we mix and match brands as much as possible to create that unique aesthetic.
Mm.
You know, for example, the front reservoir, the pump reservoir combo is made by Coolants, which is a US brand located in Washington. And I rarely ever see their stuff being used online, you know, on forums, on Reddit, social media. I rarely ever see their stuff being used. And so we actually use their quick disconnects all the time in our external radiator builds. They make some really awesome stuff, you know, and in my opinion, they should be showing off some more. So, you know, there's a good
Absolutely.
opportunity to use their own products for this. Um, you know, obviously I love Noise Blocker. Noise Blocker is some of my favorite fan manufacturers. So, you know, gotta use Noise Blocker E-loops in this build. Both the ARG versions at the top and then the white version on the side and back. You know, heat killer radiators, Bits Power block, Optimus CPU block. You know, Optimus is in Chicago. They're a smaller brand, but you know they're trucking out stuff as much as they can. But yeah, you know, like we try and just mix and match as much as possible. I think that's the beauty of it. You know, a chassis is essentially a canvas, and you know, if you want to make something unique and cool and something that's going to grab your attention, I feel like your first inclination would be, okay, let's use as many colors as possible. Let's make it pop. Like, okay, well, to me, those colors are representative of brands. The more colors you use, the more brands you use to make it unique, to make it pop, to make it cool and not really seen before. And you know, any chance we get, we try and do that. And I think it's been working out pretty well. And uh, you know, hopefully other people can get their eyes on different brands they may not have had the chance to really look at before. So, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I see Ellie is in chat. She's willing enough to say hello. Hi, Ellie. Nice to see
Yeah, Ellie is
you.
in chat. Everyone give her a shout out. She should be sitting right next to me, but she's not feeling very well. I'm surprised she's not sleeping right now.
Oh, and Mods by Ben came to say hey.
What's up, Ben? Thanks
What's
for
up,
showing
dude?
up, man.
Thanks, guys. We've also had a couple of technical questions come in while we've been chatting. So, Brett, I wanted to see if we could address a couple of them.
Sure.
One that's kind of come in is for fan placement in the case. How would you set up airflow within the Y60?
Yeah, sure.
ideally?
That's a good question. As the case comes, you get two fans under the floor that feed air up towards the graphics card, and you get one fan at the rear. The case was sort of designed around the assumption that most people are going to be using all-in-one liquid coolers, and they're going to mount them on the side. That's what that radiator mount on the side is for, and sort of aesthetically, that kind of gives you the look that we started with, which is how this white one here is set up. As far as the sort of direction that you want to point all the airflow, obviously you want the back to be exhaust and the bottom to be intake. The standard airflow would be to have the side be intake and the top be exhaust. Through all of our testing, that was pretty much like the best results you could get for both CPU and graphics temperature. Basically obviously the CPU temperatures are good because you're pulling air directly from the outside on the side of the case. And then what the 45-degree corner glass kind of does is it kind of like ramps that air over into the front of the graphics card. And so you're feeding more fresh air to where the graphics card is intaking. So that's generally the best. We saw some interesting alternative airflow. I know that Greg Salazar, I think he actually had the top as intake.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I have not seen that because you would think heat rises. You would think that it would be more naturally exhaust.
Yeah, I think there's enough air being moved through the case though that it doesn't affect it that much. The main reason was he had a 360 cooler, and so for that to get fresh air from the outside, it would have to pull from the top. But I think he had some pretty good results that way. It wasn't actually a use case we tested for though.
Interesting. Well, that's cool that the other people are
Yeah.
kind of. That's why I love this community so much. People are willing to experiment and try new things, and you get information that you may not have even like counted on getting, or like you didn't think of. The one thing I really, really love about this case, though, is that kind of false bottom intake. And John, you incorporated some of that into this mod. When you were mounting the radiator in particular, you used the bottom of the case as like a way to mount it, correct?
Are you talking about the Y60?
Yes.
So the Y60 actually has some insanely powerful Noctuas at the bottom,
Hmm.
and they're both 140s. So I think they're the NFA 14s, and those move a ton of air. I actually set those to have a higher RPM setting. I think it's at 1600 RPM, which is pretty high, but being that they're Noctuas, they're also really quiet. That's mainly to offset the fact that with the radiators, the fans that are on them, the noise blockers, they're running at, I think it bounces at like 950 to 1000 RPM. And
Hmm.
that's to offset the two Noctuas bringing in air from the bottom. Because normally you want a positive pressure setup. Traditionally, like if you were to like set the Noctuas like at a really low RPM and then turn the noise blockers all the way up, you'd have a negative pressure. And
Hmm.
normally you'd want a positive pressure. You want more air coming in than going out.
Normally
But
you
with
do,
this
yeah.
setup being that it's a little bit more showpiecey, um, it the rules of positive versus negative airflow sometimes get put to the wayside, and that's okay. But though,
Hmm.
because like I'd said with the Noctus at the bottom, they're turned up and the noise blockers are turned down, so it's kind of to offset, so they probably can be as close to equal pressure as possible.
Hmm.
That being said, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with removing like the front side panel, for instance,
Hmm.
because um, sometimes a case's thermal layout can sometimes restrict your creativity, and I don't
Hmm.
think that that should be the case for anyone. If someone is feeling restricted in any way, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with taking off side panel. You know, like one of my most show PC rigs that I did for LiquidHaus when I moved into doing LiquidHaus full time was just a 011 build. You know,
Hmm.
Brad, I know he said just another 011 build, but no, you're right. And that was something that I did for me is I modded that chassis to, instead of two 360s at top and bottom, I cut the top and bottom even wider and ran two 420 radiators at the top and bottom. But they're
Wow.
both pushing air out of the case.
Hmm.
And, you know, if you were to slap the glass on the side, it's like, oh my God, there's like no airflow in that.
That would
Like, well,
be a very
remove
negative
the
pressure
panel.
environment.
Yeah, remove the panel and then you're fine. You know, so it's like you don't always have to be restricted to, you know, what the case is, and that's, you know, kind of like this. Like, oh, I wanted to fit a massive reservoir in there. I'm like, okay, well, it's a tight fit. Let's move it halfway out of the case.
Yeah,
You
speaking
know,
of
so
the reservoir placement, you use the vents in the bottom of the case to help mount it, right?
yeah, it's kind of tricky. I don't know if you guys would be able to see on the stream, but
You can check this
the
out in the blog too. He took some really good detailed pictures of this in the blog as well. But
essentially though, the false floor in the chassis is the same design as the top grill.
mm,
Personally, I think that's awesome because you rarely ever see that. You rarely ever see a false floor that's like mirrored from the top. But essentially, you have this as the template, and the bolts that are holding the entire pump reservoir in there. Also, by the way, coolant's built this insanely sturdy, so there's like no wobbling this entire reservoir. Like if you move this, the whole chassis moves. Like it's bolted in there nice and strong. But the bolts literally just cut through, or don't cut through, but they slide in between the 45 grill cutout on the false floor, just like the design on the top. So I was able to utilize the chassis design to our advantage while also modifying, you know, the exterior of the chassis panels. So it actually worked out really well, and you know, I think that's a testament to what you can do with this chassis without even really
absolutely,
modifying that much. You know, and
absolutely.
it's something that I realize that a lot of people out there is they don't have that many tools. You know, a lot of
Mm.
people don't have CNCs and mills and lathes and 3D printers and stuff like that. You got to make do with what you got, and we try to do that as much as possible in our builds. And obviously we did a little acrylic work, but other than that, this build would be most definitely possible for tons of builders out there.
And that's one thing that I really loved about this mod in particular too, is reading through all of the work and time and effort and thought that went into this mod. At the end of the day, you didn't need a ton of specialized equipment. You did need a few tools to create, that reservoir situation that you've got going on, which is amazing, incredible. But everything else, you could buy and bend and install without too much trouble.
Definitely. Oh yeah, like for instance, the front acrylic, all you would need is a set of calipers, measure out the glass, go to your local acrylic shop, someone with a mill, and say, hey, I've got these outside dimensions. I would like to do a cutout based on the shape that I trace of this reservoir. Here's the trace layout. I would like to put it on this piece of acrylic. Here's my logo. Here's the trace layout. You can put it on this piece of acrylic. Oh, I want to put 2 holes for bulkheads right here. Here's that, and the acrylic we got done elsewhere, it wasn't done in-house, so it'd be just like if another builder wanted to go get something done, they go to their local acrylic shop and get that made. So it's most definitely attainable for anyone. And that's what we try and do as much as possible. Make something cool, but not over the top to the point where someone looks at it and instantly thinks, oh my gosh, I couldn't do that.
Never
I wish
do that.
I could.
Yeah. And, we have a question from our almighty Hayroll. Is it possible to buy replacement glass? I want to cut out the angle piece off and make a water block to replace it. We don't sell the glass panels individually, as far as I know.
We don't have them yet. If there's like an issue where the piece comes damaged or something, if because it's glass, if someone chucks the case hard enough, it might break. But if it's like damaged or you break it or something like that, like we can provide replacements on a case-by-case basis. We have talked about having standalone parts available in the store, but it's kind of based on demand. Right now, like for stuff like the Revolt, like if someone dents a panel or loses it or something like that, like we just kind of deal with it as it comes up. But if it becomes a thing where like a lot of people are trying to mod certain parts of the case and it becomes worth it for us to just say, hey, you know what, like, you don't have to email us, or we're just going to put that part up available on the store. Like we can definitely do that.
Well, I know one of the things that is unique about the Y60 too is the fact that our case actually comes with our custom PCIe riser cable, which John, you mentioned this a couple of times in talking about this mod and putting this piece together, or putting the system together as part of the assembly. Now, the Y60 is designed with a vertical GPU in mind specifically. What did you think about that kind of assembly, John, as you were putting this together?
Well, I am personally a major proponent in vertical graphics cards.
Really? That's not the popular opinion.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about how the cooler itself is designed. You essentially have, well, you've got NVIDIA's Founders, which kind of threw in the wrench of like traditional layouts for like where the air is being displaced on a cooler. If you think about like an ASUS Strix card, it's going to be pulling in air from the front of the cooler, but then throwing it everywhere else. If you've got it horizontally, unfortunately, it's dumping a lot of air right onto the motherboard and washing all over the memory and the CPU, as well as the rest of the chassis. If you're able to run it vertically like this, for instance, the air's being tossed not on the motherboard, away. So if you've got the right setup, intake from the bottom, exhaust at the top, that air that's being thrown from the card is instantly being taken upwards out of the chassis. For this build, obviously when you water block things, it changes basically everything, and that way you can have kind of more control over how the airflow layout goes. But also you paid a lot of money for a GPU. Why not show it off? Like the cool stuff is on the full front of the GPU, not on the side. I guess you can make the GPU look cool. Like ASUS has a really cool now their acrylic vertical or their horizontal bracket that does look really cool and that adds something. But the goods is on the front of the GPU. You want to show that off, and in my opinion, vertical GPU mount's gonna be the way to go.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's really cool that HYTE like said this is the way to go, especially with the thermal layout that you guys have implemented. In my opinion, I think it's the way to go.
Well, Brad, correct me if I'm wrong. That was kind of the philosophy that went into the design in the first place, was just the pure aesthetic pleasure of having that vertical GPU.
Yep, that was a major requirement right from the get-go. There's a little bit of kind of like personal taste in it too, because I have my graphics card at home vertically mounted, and so I was kind of like, yeah, I want that, to be the first thing you see in the system, because it's the first thing I see, and it's the most expensive part of my computer. It's probably got the most, other than maybe the case, the most industrial design thought put into that one component, right? Like how the cooler on the graphics card looks. If you think about that versus like how memory looks, or like even how your motherboard looks, there's way more thought that goes into the graphics card shroud. And why not show that off?
Absolutely. I think one of the things that people tend to come to be concerned about or complain about with vertical graphics cards is the cooling challenge that they can provide. But I think that's one of the reasons why also we have that false floor in the Y60, drawing in air from the bottom, right?
Yeah, so there's two things for a vertically mounted graphics card. The one is you don't want to get it too close to the glass. So that's why there's actually 4 slots of spacing before you get to the main glass panel. So the vast majority of cards, even the really big ones on the market, are 3 slots or less. So you've got enough space between the edge of the card and the glass for air to get in. And then you have those fans under the floor, which are bringing air up past the card, and then exhaust above that, like LiquidHaus was saying, that you're kind of just flowing air up and over past that card to make sure that it gets good cooling.
Awesome. Yeah, the love and thought that went into this design is pretty incredible. And I think John spoke to it before too, the fact that the mods that he's done on this incredible build are mostly purely aesthetic, because there really wasn't a need to mod for performance, which is great. If you guys want to learn even more about the process that John went through to get this incredible result, we've mentioned it before, but you can go to HYTE.com and check out our blog. We've got a 4-part series on there right now where you can read everything down to the individual parts he used for the water cooling loop. You can read about the specs of the system and the hardware that is in that system, and the process of creating this incredible case mod. So John, I just wanted to say one more time, thank you so very much for this project. I know you and Ellie worked extremely hard, and for much of it down to the wire to make this for us, and the results have been
down
incredible.
to the wire. Finishing up content last night, wire. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was up late too. We were burning the midnight oil together, getting this wrapped and finished.
Fun, though.
So
That's part of it.
it's part of the
fun. So
yeah, I've been really pleased to see where this has come from, just a conversation in a conference room, to this. Guys,
it's been great.
We do still have one more Y60 to give away, as well as some HG10s too. So stick around for some games. And if you have any other questions about the Y60, feel free to enter them into chat. If you would like to purchase a Y60 for yourself, if you've seen these cases and want one for yourself, head over to HYTE.com and pick one up. Or if you'd rather not build your own PC, iBuyPower also does have pre-built systems available in Y60 cases today. With that, we're going to take a short little break while we get some games set up and get some more giveaways up for you guys. So.
Computer, it's different. and that's what people like.
Yeah. If people want to find more about HYTE, if people want to find more about you guys, where do they go?
HYTE.com. We also have a Discord that a few of us are active in.
You guys do regular like town Q&As and all that? Josiah, you guys will see people coming in and filming and stuff like that. Josiah, pop in and say hi. There's Josiah right there with a camera.
Am I joining right now? Alrighty, guys. So we're doing our first game of BombParty. The object of this game, if you guys haven't played this before, is to spell a word with these letters in the order they appear. And if you can't spell the word, the bomb goes off.
You're not in the
And then
respect.
Okay, guys, we had 4 participants in our first game. We're going to consider this a test round. If you join the room, please do not hit play until we have filled the room. That's going to be 16 participants. That way you guys have more than enough chance to win, and we can all have fun together. But so far, it looks like Lo-Fi and Kima are going to be battling it out. Oh. As players get whittled down, it becomes more stressful. Oh. Oh, find it. I love how sometimes the answer is just the letters themselves. Ooh. It's a battle. You need a kind of a wide vocabulary. Hey, Kima! There's our winner for the first round. But this was a test game. This was a preliminary one. Let's see if we can open up another room and get people in, including John. Let's send you that room link as well. Guys, we're going to be remaking this room because it looks like the game started a little too soon. We want people to join in groups of 16. Okay, guys, here is the new link in chat to join the room. Hop in and see if you can win a HD10 with us. I'll be playing too. Let's see if we can get 16 in here. All right, we're going to start here in just a second, and here we go. Nice, good one. Oh no,
Fine.
I can't spell today, guys. That's okay, I'm not winning anyway. Oh, 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 here we go. Oh, Lo-Fi, figure it out. What are we doing? Oh, hey,
What
did
is
it. Oh, I should have typed BIOS. That would have been way more on brand. Oh well, that's okay.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh. I I would commentate more, but this is so stressful watching everybody else like try and figure out their own words here. John, have you played this game before?
I have not. No, I have no idea what's going on.
What you're trying to do is assemble a word with those letters in that order. Any acceptable word.
Is it,
There you go.
I guess I'm not seeing the letters that come up. Does it tell you that, like, the green letters, does it tell you spell something with those?
Yes, that should be in the middle of the bomb. Oh, well, there I am trying to explain the rules and then I just got myself killed. That's okay. Got to be in the order they appear.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Stressful.
I'm not going to be good at this.
And you're on a new keyboard, huh?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. It's that Asus one that you guys sent.
Oh, okay, this is your first time typing on it?
Yeah, I haven't even used it. I at least saw the keycaps on it, but that was it.
Oh, okay.
Do you have to do caps at all for this?
No.
Okay.
It'll auto caps it for you. You just have to find a word. Oh God, NCI. What would you spell with that? I can't think of anything. Oh, Ramos, you gonna come up with something? Hey, there it is. Sometimes just the letters by themselves make enough of a word to pass.
Yeah.
The trick is though, if it's been used before, if that word's been used before, you can't use it again in the same round.
Man, okay. How am I able to jump in, or was I too late?
If you're not in already, we'll get you in for the next round, promise.
Okay. No worries, I'm gonna lose anyways.
Oh. Oh man, that was a long word for 2 letters. Oh. And here's where it starts to get stressful. It starts to heat up.
Oh, it's fast.
Yeah, it gets faster and faster and faster as the players whittle down. Oh. And that lock sound tells you that word had been used before, so we couldn't just been in, because that already been done.
Oh man.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh.
Oh, oh, oh,
Oh!
again.
That was awesome.
All right, guys. Come on in, everybody.
Oh
Can
yeah,
we
we got a
get
lot
can
of
we get any
people.
more? Can we get any more? John, did you get into?
Yeah, I'm at the bottom.
Oh, perfect, perfect. I see you now. All right. I think we're ready, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, one more.
we still got people coming in. Anybody else that wants to jump in now. Jump in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, done. Let's do it. Oh,
Wait, I don't
it's
get
got to
it.
be the API. So what word has those letters in that order? And type that word.
Oh my gosh, I don't know API. I don't know.
It doesn't have
Oh
to
my
start with
gosh, this
it.
is so rude.
It's testing your vocabulary right up from the bat. What word can you think of that has those letters? Oh, maybe not that. This is like Scrabble on steroids.
Yeah, this is like ridiculous.
There we are. I'm outing myself as a weeb. Oh, nice. Some of you guys are good. You're on it. Oh, Ramos, don't waste your turn. Oh
Wait, he left and joined. Oh, that was by accident.
no. Oh. There you go. There you go. Oh man, some of these some of these are hard. Oh man, NIZ, what would have that? NIZ in that order. NIZ.
Yeah, see, like fraternize.
Oh man. Jokes don't count, I'm sorry. Oh no, there it goes. Nice, nice, guys. Watch for your turn. It's got to be in the order that they appear.
Back in it.
Yeah. Oh, nope, it's got, yeah, there you go. There you go. And we've got a few people who have lost lives, but so far people are keeping up. Oh, Lo-Fi, what was that?
Throwing everything at it.
You can do it. Oh, there he goes. Oh, is that
This is
gonna?
fun. I like this. This is cool. Good choice.
This game is super fun, and it's not stressful until it is. That's kind of why I like it. It builds up really quick.
You know, it'd be like a really funny thing to like have you guys at HYTE like do the first thing right when you guys get into work to play this game and see how many people can't get anything because everyone's tired.
You talk as though we don't do that. we have definitely we've had some internal matches before, for sure. It's been fun.
That's awesome.
Oh, Billy. Oh no. Oh, you're up. You're up, John. Oh, nice. Oh, is Kima gonna make it?
Pliable. Wow. IA. Yeah, pliable from IA. That's who's Kima?
I
That person's
I know,
Quick.
he's good.
Quick.
He's good. If you guys like typing games like this, we also do occasionally host WPM tournaments. So if you're a keyboard enthusiast and you enjoy all things keybs, we'd be happy to have you join us for more tournaments like this.
So
Hello,
is my audio
Mike.
on the stream?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. I wanted to get my my new keyboard in. Another content creator named Parji made a new keyboard for me, and I was hoping to get it in time for this game, but that's okay.
Yeah. What keyboard was it?
Man, it's he made it from the ground up. It's a KDB 67 V3 with
Oh,
MK
nice.
creams,
Ooh.
tape mod silicone.
Oh, you're up, you're up. Oh, dude.
Sorry. I was not focused.
That's the thing. I got. You know what? That was my strategy this whole time. Distract
Throw me
you
off.
and
Yeah,
make you lose.
You get me talking on one thing, and I'm out.
Exactly.
Especially when I'm like driving around. If someone gets me chatting while driving around, I'll miss every turn.
I do the same thing. This. Oh man, this is. Oh
no. Nice.
Dang, that was quite a. Sometimes people. The first thing you think of sometimes is just the longest word.
Yeah. I wish there was a way to like record what words were used from people, because it'd be cool to see like who had the longest word.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Like something just way extravagant for like a 2-letter thing. Like, how did you think of that all in 2 letters?
The other thing too that's really tough about this game is if a word's been used before, you can't use it again. If the same letter combination comes up, or if a similar letter combination comes up, if it's been used in the game, you can't use it again. Which makes this so much harder if somebody uses all like the short words and everything like runs out, especially in large crowds like this. It's
Someone got Battleship again. Like he had Ethiopia off ET,
Yeah.
Battleship off BA. Like what? Orthopedist. ORT. I mean, that's good. That's good. You guys are awesome. This is fun just to watch.
This is super cool. I love this
Yeah.
game. We're whittling down the competition here. Oh man. Another one bites the dust. Oh, that's been used already. You gotta find another word. You can do it. I believe in you. Yes! Good job, man.
Topography, no problem.
Well, again, sometimes the first thing you think of is just like the longest, most obtuse word.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy.
Alright, keep it quick.
If you can find, you know, a 3-letter word that hasn't been used yet, that's the best bet. But
Yeah.
the other option is to do what everyone's been doing, is just the longer words as well.
Yeah. Just going over the top.
Correlation.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
See, there we are.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
it should like give you like for like every additional letter in terms of length of word, it should give you like half a second longer for the bomb to go off or something. Like it's like beneficial towards your performance if you can type something longer than just accepting.
That might be an interesting way to like gain a life back or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's been used before.
Oh,
Come
no.
on.
That
All
was
your long
fast, baby.
words.
Nice.
We're really cutting it down to the wire now.
Yeah.
It's getting heated. Oh, that word's been used before. You gotta find another one. There you go. Good job. What? Oh, it came out. Oh no.
Oh, OSC's
Ah.
tough. Yeah. Apparently it's not.
Oh, oh, what are we gonna do? Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Lucifer, no.
Oh, what?
That
That's
should have
totally
counted.
worse.
For
Yeah,
you, that should have counted.
yeah,
It doesn't have
exactly.
to start with those letters. So think about this.
Yeah.
If it would appear in the middle of a word, what would it be? You can do it. Oh
I
no.
know, that's what's throwing me off. It's like, oh yeah, they could literally be in the middle of like a 20-letter word.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Here we go.
Nice.
I wanted that to win for you. Oh, oh.
9-inch nails.
That's a good reference.
Yeah.
Oh no. No.
Oh, Nintendo. I love it.
Aw, thanks,
Way to
Kiva.
go. What a way to go. Oh, all right. That works.
Okay, now we're down to the wire. Now we're really down to the wire.
Pog, love it. Nice. I love Pogs. I remember those.
Oh, man. Yeah, Pog takes me back. Is that like outing myself as old that I remember that?
Hey, we're both outed then. Pogs are awesome.
Oh, shoot. I just had it and then I lost it. That's okay.
Luminary. Luminous.
That'll
nice.
work. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
Marvelous.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is so cool.
All right, guys, coming down to the wire for an HG10. Oh, you got it. Yep. Oh no! Oh man. Kiva!
Wow.
Whoa.
Nice.
HR. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
HR's tough.
No, it's got to be in that order. Oh,
Oh no! Oh
what?
no! It's okay. You did great.
Oh, oh no.
Since BEHR is a paint brand. Bear paint. Nice. Oof. You got this. You got this.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh.
I used torrent. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, since I won this, I am going to designate.
You were HYTE?
I was. I'm going to go ahead and designate the winner. And Kima, since you
That's
already won, Ligma, you're going to be my winner this last round. Okay? So if you message us on in Twitch, you guys, I don't know if you could hear them laughing in the background. Okay.
I don't want
You won an HG10.
It'd be cool if she could play this.
Do you think she'd be up to?
I think so. Let's see. I'll
Maybe.
text her.
We'll give people a few minutes to hop in for the next round. This is for one more HG10, and then we'll do a final sudden death round for the white Y60, guys. So stick around for this round, and then the next round will be for the Y60. We'll give people just another minute to join. All right, guys. We will start the game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, here we go.
Who's it gonna be? Ooh, RSI is tough. What?
What? That should have counted.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. Nice.
See, that's the crazy part about it being like in the middle of the word instead of the.
Yeah. That's some quick thinking. That's.
It really does take
Yeah, that was cool.
a huge vocabulary and a quick recall.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny because I've had only coffee today, so like I'm way my mind is not
you're
set up.
you're like all jittery and
Oh,
no.
I'm so jittery. Yeah.
Yeah. So while I've got you here in the middle of this very stressful game, what was your favorite part about this mod? I'm just really curious.
Favorite part of the mod, the Y60 mod?
Yeah.
Man, my favorite part is the fact that it worked out so well. Like, so like Coolant's, their reservoir, they offer, and I say this in the blog, but they offer their own 3D models on their website when you're looking at purchasing parts.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I think companies should do that more often. Obviously, it's a tricky business because, you know, there's lots of copycats out there and people are afraid of putting their own hard work out there. Literally in a 3D model format for everyone to look at. But
yeah.
And so it's cool to see, you know, props for them for pulling the trigger on being okay with that. But, you know, when we were throwing the Y60 model in with the Coolant's reservoir model parts on SolidWorks, and we did like the overall height measuring, like it's literally like a glove snug fit with the reservoir fitting in, and just the fact that that worked out so nicely, I think is my favorite part, because sometimes it's rare for parts like literally to align perfectly like that, and especially when you're mixing brands around, it's tough to figure out like what's really going to work versus what's not, you know. Like we had a few different initial plans with different company products being used, and we had a pretty good idea on what it was going to be, similar to this, but you know, with the Coolant's reservoir combo, like literally fit snug like a glove, like it worked out perfectly, and like that's like a sign to me that like this was like the right pair up, you know.
God,
So
YD.
I would definitely say that's the best.
I don't know what on earth I could have made with that off the top of my head.
YD?
YD.
Could be the end of some, yeah. Damn. Psyduck. Oh yeah, please try it. Psyduck.
Oh man. Oh no. I don't know. Okay, that works.
Nice.
That works. That works. That works. I wonder if they would have accepted Psyduck.
I don't know. I'm like, no, it's not a real word.
It's real to me.
I know, it's real to me as well. I actually have I'm doing a playthrough of Shining Pearl, and I've got I've got a Psyduck on my team.
Do you have a favorite Pokemon or Pokemon type?
Ooh. I would say it bounces between Psychic and Dark type.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fairy came in and like reigned over everything. Like Fairy just demolishes everything though.
That's a crime. He tried NVIDIA and it didn't work.
Oh,
that should have worked. That should have worked.
We should like, you guys should reach out to these guys and be like, all right, make a custom API for us so we can include some custom words.
Just hardware terms only.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Ramos.
See, that's what I think when I
Yeah.
see LM, liquid metal. Computer building stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. How long have you been doing this? How long have you been modding like this?
Um, so, oh man, I've been like, I started like really tweaking I started tweaking with my dad's Dell family computer when we moved into my grandparents' house in 2004.
Oh, okay.
And I had convinced him to swap out the graphics card and throw some more RAM in there because I wanted to play Vice City on PC. And that was 2004. I started upgrading his Dell, and then in like 2005, he was getting annoyed with me using his computer all the time. So he literally found this old HP computer out of a dumpster and said, "Okay, here you go, make it work. Here's here's a free computer if you can make it work." And I got it up and running within the week, and it was nothing special, nothing at all, but it was a lot of fun getting it to work. And I was like, well, this is fun. And then I unfortunately got my hands on a Newegg credit card,
Oh no.
and
The rest is
spent
history.
a lot of money. I spent a lot of money I didn't have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I built my first rig from the ground up in 2005, so it's been a while.
Man, that's quite the journey it's taken, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's for sure. It's been so much fun though, and like it's one of these industries, like the PC industry is one of the industries that like is forever evolving. Like it's kind of hard to keep up sometimes because it's so fast paced, but that to me is like a promising sign that it's so lively and there's so much space for everyone to flourish in my opinion. And so like for example, I try and uplift every fellow content creator I can because this industry is so massive, and it's so cool to see everyone's creativity come out. And yeah, like I've done a lot of hobbies out there. I've run the gambit on hobbies. It's really funny because the one hobby I have the worst luck with is fish tanks, and you guys just happen to have a fish tank.
Well, maybe we could turn that around for you if we can
Yeah, it's
construct
tough.
it in the image of a custom PC.
Yeah, I've had 3 marine saltwater tanks, and I've had like 5 freshwater tanks, and
None of them have survived.
no, it's just really hard. Okay, it's a hobby that would honestly be best suited for maybe older people when they're at home and they're not doing as much, but like as a younger person when you're just like on the go all the time, like you have an ecosystem to monitor and make sure that is always good. And you've got to make sure that that ecosystem's parameters are like in check all of the time. And a lot of the times I had fish tanks, it was when I was living my life, was rarely home and stuff like that, and kind of fell to the wayside. And each loss of a tank I definitely took to heart, and I always try to make it right with the next one. But I always wanted to make something really cool. But I mean, that being said, you probably wouldn't like the sound of this, but I mean, we are home all the time doing LiquidHaus full time. The pandemic changed things around, but fish tanks are also very expensive.
They can be. It can get really expensive, especially the saltwater kind too.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately, the fish tank mod that we did was freshwater. Otherwise, there's a lot more to keep in mind in terms of just like mineral levels, salt levels, acid to like pH balance, and all the whole thing. I mean, I have a cat, and so it's much easier to take care of. Oh, there I go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm out of this race. We've got a few people battling for this latest HG10. It's getting down to the wire now.
Ooh, hammock? Is hammock not counting? Oh, okay.
It did count.
That was
there we go.
Like a lag thing. That was
like stressful. We've got 2 people that still have both of their lives. Like honestly, congratulations both of you. That's not easy. Oh no.
Oh man.
Hey, there we go.
Nice. What?
Oh, because it had already been, yeah, it had already been used.
Easy almost got ratioed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, now it's getting stressful.
Oh, Sturge, I love it.
That's been used. Been used. Oh no! Dude,
Nice.
Eric, you were good on your feet, sir.
Yeah.
Lucifer, no. Okay, good. I was concerned for you for a
I
minute.
love that her raw was it.
Oh no. That should have counted. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Hey, there you go.
Keep it with the states.
Eric still got both his lives. Oh no. Oh, it's down to 2.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Keeping it real.
Oh, that got super real.
Oh.
Oh. The playing field has been evened. MN. Oh gosh, what do you do?
Call him.
LOL.
Call him.
Oh no. Jim, oh, there you go.
That works. That works. Del Taco. Oh. What? Oh.
Eric, congratulations. You have won a HYTE HG10. All right,
That's
guys.
So cool.
Time for our final round. We'll give you guys a moment to join.
And before the stream started, the computer that's running the camera and all that, it kept yelling at me, "We want you to upgrade to Windows 11." I was like, "Please, for the love of God, stop putting this on me right now." It just started doing it again.
For everybody.
I'm not going to
We've
embarrass
increased
myself.
it. So we have increased the difficulty for everybody this round. So hop in. We've got a couple more slots here, and then we'll go ahead and get started for the white Y60. We will be closing this in 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm gonna hop in. 1. All right. We're starting. Let's go. 1 life, sudden death.
Oh,
Ramos, go.
Oh, that's rough. See, that's nice.
It's gonna get real. For the white Y60.
This simple would be this much fun.
Yeah. That's kind of, sometimes the simplest games make for the best time because then you don't have to. Well, okay, I say that as somebody that chronically plays Dungeons and Dragons, so I don't think I'm the best authority on that. But sometimes simple games can be really fun.
Dungeons and Dragons is so much fun. I haven't played.
You play too?
Oh yeah, we had a campaign with my brother and a couple other family friends. But when I moved out here to Salt Lake in 2015, that campaign kind of fell apart. That's the last time I played.
Yeah, I love to play. That's one of my hobbies. Oh.
It's funny because you guys had said like a fun like lobby type game, and when you said something about a bomb, and I was like, Bomberman. You remember Bomberman?
Okay, so fun fact about me, I was raised by very, very conservative parents. I did not actually play any video games growing up. They were banned from my house. And they were pretty technology averse too. So, you know, jokes on them. Now I work in the tech industry and play video games all the time.
Oh, wow, the turntables.
Yeah, it's been quite the transition since right around 2018 when I moved out here and out of the there we go. And yeah, so a lot of my time playing video games has been spent kind of playing catch up. Like I didn't play Pokemon. My introduction to Pokemon was Pokemon Go, because I hadn't played Pokemon as a kid growing up. I didn't collect the cards. I didn't do any of that. But one of the things that that kind of made me fall in love with video games was RPGs. And you know, I was playing D&D a little before I started playing video games, and it was really cool to see kind of the threads of the rules of that game kind of weave their way into other RPGs all over the place, and it helped me understand. Because sometimes when you hop into a new game, that can be kind of overwhelming, and you don't know what anything is or how to do it. And I think sometimes what a lot of gamers take for granted is there's like a body of knowledge that you kind of acquire over the course of playing like several different games, like, you know, button positions or just like how different types of games work, what to expect when you go into an RPG or a shooter or you know, a real-time strategy game.
Oh yeah, there's definitely like a muscle memory over years of playing.
I've got a funny story about that. So I got a Switch over Christmas, and I also play Monster Hunter with some friends as well. And so making the switch from my Switch controller over to my Xbox controller that I use for Monster Hunter is it's killing me because I can't make myself remember the button switch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's not surprising. Sometimes it throws me off too.
That's kind of
like get your mind back into it.
It's part of the reason why I prefer keyboard and mouse, because that doesn't change most of the time. Although I haven't used like different size keyboards, things like that. But most of the time that is very standard. But some games are just easier on controller. It just depends.
Emily is actually insanely accurate with mouse and keyboard, like accuracy when she's playing like a shooter versus like if you stick a controller in her hand, she's like the most noob looking player, but if she's got a mouse and keyboard, she like turns into this pro. It's like, oh my god. It's really funny.
Yeah. I'm pretty still very bad at shooters. Well, at least multiplayer ones. I kicked a good amount of butt at Borderlands. That was a really fun series to play through.
Okay. I mean, you gotta play the single player games to get like into the mix, you know, for sure.
Well, that's true. And like Halo series was really fun. But right now I'm kind of on an RPG kick. I really want to finish Dragon Age, the Dragon Age series, and then I've got Mass Effect to get through. I haven't played that yet, so.
Say you throw Mass Effect in front of Dragon Age. Can I say that you put Mass Effect in front of everything, because it is by far my favorite gaming series of all time, and I've probably played 1, 2, and 3 repeatedly. Like I probably have gone through 20 plus playthroughs of 1, 2, and 3.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, I am a fanatic over Mass Effect.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh, this is tough. Why me?
Oh gosh, what would? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know.
EOS.
If
that's a word, I'm not sure. Cleopatra.
Panda, you have won our white Y60. Congratulations,
Congrats.
man. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, it's just about time for us to wrap up this stream, but I wanted to say thanks to everybody who came out and helped us celebrate the launch of the Y60. Big thanks to you, John, for joining us. Brad, thank you so much for being here. We are so excited to be able to offer this product, and we hope to see tons of new builds featuring the Y60, because ultimately a new build should feel new, and we think the Y60 is the perfect way to do that. So Join us next time. We do weekly town halls. If you want to join our Discord, we have plenty of opportunities for you to ask more questions about the Y60 and any of our other products. We do regular product updates and tons of fun community events. So if you want to join a community of like-minded PC builders and DIY enthusiasts, we'd love to have you. We'd love to meet you. It's our pleasure to get to know you. So until next time, thank you everybody so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next stream.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, you guys.